Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Belle Collective Season 5 Reunion Part 1. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the reunion first opens up, we see everybody's getting there. The Belles and the boys, they are arriving. Now, I have to say the set looks really nice. The colors are giving Easter, baby. Okay, it's giving bright. Lights, camera, action. Okay, it's a lot of colors going on. So the producer, Brent, he walked around. He's talking to the Belles. Of course, Tambra says Demond isn't going to be there because he's working 2 jobs. My man got 2 jobs. Baby, shout out to Rochelle on Everybody Hates Chris, honey. I don't need this platform. My man got 2 jobs. So he's not going to be there. Then we see Latrice, and she's saying that she should have never, ever trusted Akeisha. Baby, you really shouldn't be trusting nobody if we really want to be real, especially not Letitia. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. So then we head to the stage. Carlos welcomes the cast one by one. I have to say this. I do not know who does Letitia's reunion looks, but they really don't like her. Ma'am, they don't like you. Should nothing be sitting up top to choke your neck, whereas we can't see it. I don't like that. This is every single season. It's like sometimes you have some beautiful confessional looks, and then as soon as you get down to the reunion, y'all just overdo it, and it's just too much. Latrice is up next. I mean, I liked her dress, but I really didn't like the bob. I felt like it was doing the Humpty dance. The Humpty dance is a trance, so do the hump. It was humping a little bit in the back. So I really wasn't cool with the bob, but I did love the dress. Triple S, I liked your dress. You looked nice. Selena, I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I know y'all like Selena. I didn't like it. I thought her dress was cute sitting down, but I don't like the choker. I don't like dresses that have chokers. I don't like chokers, period. So maybe that's just me. I have a thing about stuff being too tight around the neck, and I don't know. I just didn't like it. I know she can do better than that, so that was a no for me. Akeisha came out next. Her hair was cute. Her dress was safe. I mean, she looked nice. Then you have Tambra. Tambra, I don't know what's going on with that foundation. It was giving ash. It was ashy. I don't know what was going on, honey. It was giving recently deceased. I didn't like it. But your dress was cute. Then came in Dr. Marie Monroe. Baby, Marie is serving the girls. If I had to do a numerical order of who I liked Marie's first, then Latrice, then Sophia Shante Soguchi, then we'll move on over to Akeisha, then we'll go Tambra, and after Tambra, then we have Selena and Letitia in last place. But y'all know I have an affinity to Marie Monroe. I'm sorry, Dr. Marie Monroe, baby. And them finger waves never fall flat. Do you hear me? Honey, I don't know who waving and fingering them back in the back, but baby, they did that. So everybody comes out. Everybody looks nice. Sit on down. Let's get into it. So they start with the collective correction. So we see the correction done turned into the damn, you have a collect call from a correctional facility. Because the heifers don't know how to act. Well, their husbands don't know how to act. So y'all know it went from the correction to the correction facility. Carlos then says, what's the reason that you did this, Akeisha? Why did you put this together? She said, well, I wanted to get everybody together. I felt like we should talk, sit down, and figure this thing out. So then he turns to Letitia and he says, well, do you think that it was sincere? Do you think it was real? And she gonna say, well, I mean, we hadn't heard from her in like 7 months. So for me, I felt like it was kind of disingenuous. It was kind of fake. And she's the reason that me and Latrice are back together. Girl, how you gonna say that it was fake and she hadn't talked to anybody when you were the same one who said that you had not spoken to anybody prior to episode 1? Letitia, do you be forgetting what you say? You and Sophia Shante Soguchi, y'all had that bad. You're going to have to remember the lies. See, that's why you don't lie, because then you can't remember the lies and you can't put 1 and 1 together to make 2. So then Kiki said, yeah, y'all got to come against me. So y'all got to get together, honey. Y'all sharing a brain and whatnot. Then she tells Latrice, I really liked you, but you are letting Letitia manipulate you. Manipulate her? What? So child, they're trying to go back and forth and back. Latrice said Akeisha did some hood rat stuff, some snake stuff. Baby, she can't be trusted. Now, I don't know if they're going to get into it a little bit later, but that is what she said. Then Triple S said that, maybe Akeisha's delivery is what throws people off, but she has not had the same experience as everybody else has. So then Kiki said, well, that's because you understand my confidence. Okay, you're not intimidated by my confidence. Here go Carlos. Trying to stop her from saying it. You can't be saying intimidated and confident. Yes, you can. Child, please. I am not going to deal my life for nobody. I don't care who you are or whose you are. If you don't like the fact that I'm saying that my confidence intimidates others, then that's your issue. But I wouldn't change not a thing I said. Child, please. Like I said, ain't no way that I will be sitting, grinning and skinning with Letitia after she tried to fight you last year, Latrice. Come on now. Just because you don't like one person don't mean you got to start liking the other. Cut both the heifers off if that's the case. But I would not be sitting there skinning and grinning with no damn Letitia. I just wouldn't do that. After last year, absolutely not. And Akeisha is definitely right. Y'all are teaming up to go against her. But it's okay, honey, because she done now. She done chunked the deuces. Deuces. Moving forward. So then Kiki said that, she's not intimidated and she knows her. Carlos said, well, did seeing Letitia and Latrice, when you saw the two of them say that you didn't belong on the show, did that hurt your feelings? She said, no, because it's Letitia and Latrice. They be plotting, lying, scheming, scamming. They conspire. Child, please. They whisper, conspire. They told their lies. God favors me. Baby, I couldn't help it. When I heard her say that, that's the only thing that came, baby. That's my song. Do y'all hear me? If y'all are ever feeling down, baby, put that on. That's going to lift you up. Do you hear me? Up where you belong. Ooh, child. Anyway, so she said they be lying and conspiring and all that. Listen to me. That live that they did give confusion and deflection. And it did give manipulation and conspiring. I'm just saying. So basically, she don't give a damn. So then we move on to Dr. Marie Monroe, and we see her time this season. Carlos is asking about her cousins, and she said that she thought that she was there for them, but obviously not. And she needs to stop leading with her heart and lead with her mind. She says she feels like her cousins are entitled. Girl, they are absolutely entitled. They definitely do feel like you owe them something. Your money is their money because y'all grew up together. And that's not how this works. Now, I want to say this about Marie. I am so happy that she stayed out of the mess this season and she gets to just sit back and coast on this reunion. Because oftentimes, we get to the reunion and baby, they be on Marie. Okay, and Marie acted a fool last season and acted a fool down to their reunion. But this season, it's not really about her, and that's a good thing. So Carlos goes on to say, well, you ladies can understand because you are all successful. Well, baby, what did he say that for? Triple S started hacking. Excuse what? Girl, sit back. She starts hacking to imply that not every Belle is successful. Triple S then says, I don't think we're all successful. Girl, say it with your chest. Who's not successful? Who is it? Triple S, I gotta say this, honey. You feeling real bold today, ain't you? Mm-hmm. Now, y'all know she obviously meant Selena. She thinks that Selena is not as successful. Carlos then moves on and he asks Marie if she ever found out who shot up her house. And she said she's heard absolutely nothing. They've been investigating it. They've been trying to figure it out. And they can't figure out anything. Listen, all I'm going to say is this. I don't know who's into what. But for me, I would have to get down to the bottom of it myself. And also, I am so happy that nobody was home during that time. And I'm so happy that nobody was hurt. And also, I hope that you moved. Because there is no way that I could sit down and have my nerves not be shot. No pun intended. But I would not be able to relax. So I would have to move, child, please. So now he goes from that to Marie's alleged BBL. I said, now what kind of transition is this? Talking about, that they did say that you had a BBL. He wanted to know if anyone has had plastic surgery. Latrice says she has, her boobies and whatnot. Letitia said her stomach, her neck, her back, everything. Okay. She wanted them to take the fat from over here and put it over there. They didn't take enough. She wanted them to take some more. Child, it was just too much. Marie is still standing by the fact that she did not have a BBL. She said, no, I didn't have nothing. She explained that with lupus, it inflames you, but what she had done to her jawline was a medical necessity. Here go Carlos being messy. See, Latrice, it was a medical necessity. Now you owe her an apology. Latrice said, no, ma'am, I will not be offering her any type of apologies. Marie said, well, you know she not going to apologize about nothing, honey, and ain't. Marie, when you said medical necessity, why did I holler? I said, baby, not a medical necessity. Baby, that nose is getting pinched, okay? I'm just saying, honey, allegedly. So then Carlos got up and started dropping it low. Talking, well, can you do this, Marie? And he dropping it low and picking it up slow. I'm like, what is happening? He's asking Latrice if she want to see Marie naked to prove that she doesn't have a BBL. See, Carlos, this is why the people, this mess right here, this is why the people do not take you seriously. Not you dropping it low. Sir, please rise. Get up. You are the host. You know what? I really think for these shows, there should be an impartial host. There needs to be a person who is removed from the show. He's too in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's in the middle of it. You got the YouTube, and then you got the interviews, and then you got the kikiing with everybody on the phone. Then you got it's too much. Okay. And this right here shows me that this is really comical. You dropping down on the ground and lifting back up, child, that's just trashy, child. Moving forward. So then we move on to Selena. Carlos is asking how it felt to be a Belle. She said, amazing. I'm here with some of my friends, child. Some of these heifers I don't like. I mean, I like Marie and I like Letitia, but I'm a little iffy with Akeisha. Akeisha said, oh, you hurt my feelings. Not, girl, I don't give a damn. Okay. So while she's talking, here go Triple S. Talking about, well, you know, I was her storyline. Selena said, I'm the reason why you're here. I put a word in for JJ, so of course Triple S gonna come with him. Here go Triple S showing out. I said, you know what? You really are showing out tonight. Now, I'm surprised you didn't ask for Selena to be Skyped in. Because we know how you like to do in the games you like to play, child. So Selena, just be happy you're sitting there, honey. Because when she got through kicking and crying and screaming, you would have been back at the house. So then Selena says that she wasn't ready to be a part of Belle Collective right away. Here goes Sophia. Why weren't you ready? Like she didn't know. Now, I felt like that was a low blow. But, you know, the people going to try to spin it. Well, maybe she didn't know. Okay. Anyway, then she says, you know why? Because my son had passed away. Don't effing play with me. And you could tell that she was really getting annoyed and frustrated with the fact that you are basically poking at her. Why don't you fall back? This is not your segment. You don't even have to speak. Calm down, ma'am, and sit back. Now, because if something pop off, then you're going to play victim. So just sit back. You are so bothered every time she speaks, you chime in. She hasn't said one word when you are speaking. When you are speaking, she doesn't say anything. She hasn't even said one thing to you. You're antagonizing her at this point. And then you're going to turn around and act like you don't know why she's mad. Please stop that. Then she's going to say, oh, calm down, sis. Calm down. Girl, hush. Okay, please. Carlos then wanted to know why Selena submitted JJ and Sophia. So then Latrice said, well, at first I had thought of Selena, but then she suggested JJ and Triple S because she thought that they would be good for TV and she really didn't have anything bad to say about them. So then here comes Sophia saying that Latrice be lying. Tambra had to chime in and say that Selena has never said anything bad about Triple S and she didn't even know they had an issue because they would come to her events and sit side by side and not have a bit of an issue. Now, this is what I think. I think as long as Selena stayed off this show, Triple S would have been fine with her. I don't think there would have been an issue at all. But for me, I feel like it's enough room for both of y'all. But I have to say this to Selena. Why would you even want to be on here with her? It's some things that I would just turn down for the sake of my peace. I'm not finna come on here and be arguing with this woman and sitting up fussing and fighting. And now y'all done got into a physical altercation. You had to go down to the courthouse. That's just too much. Child, please. I wouldn't even come on here. Moving forward. So then Latrice says Selena is not a hater. She doesn't do things like that. Tambra co-signed it. I mean, they say the people in Jackson love Selena. So she can't be all bad. Everybody ain't lying. So then Carlos asked what Selena's relationship was with JJ. And she said it was cordial for the kids at first outside of these cameras. But now they do not have a relationship. So then here come Triple S. She chiming in, calling Selena out of her name, calling her a bit. All right, now, girl, when it go low, I don't want to hear nothing about Triple S being the victim. I don't want to hear nothing. None of y'all talking about, well, Selena, she didn't say anything. And then y'all going to try to find a way to make it editing. Stop calling this woman out of her name. Nobody has done that. And here you go. All that name calling is unnecessary. There's no reason to even do that. So then Carlos wanted to know how the girls are as far as their relationship with JJ. How is it now? Selena said the girls always have to call him to fix things, because if they don't, they ain't gonna talk. She did say that she used to keep from talking bad about JJ, but now she brings up certain issues when they bring it to her. That's awful. That is awful. And I know the girls are not young kids running around in high school. They're adults. I get it. But at the same time, you still want to have a good relationship with your parent. But at a point, you got to start loving people from a distance. You got your own family now. They have children, husbands. Listen, if JJ and his plats are in a bunch, don't even bother. Just leave him where he at. He'll come around, child. And he really should come around knowing that he has grandchildren. The boys that he always wanted. That's crazy. Anywho, Carlos wants to know how Selena's new man is different from JJ. That question is so messy. And why are you asking that kind of question in front of Sophia Shante Soguchi? Like, some things just give ignorant to me. I mean, I don't know if that's just me or what, but why you asking that? She said, well, he's different because he's not a compulsive liar or a cheater. He's a gentleman. So then Carlos is stating, well, I know he got the bling bling, what he's talking about, what he does for a living. And then the peanut gallery over there chiming in, talking about a drug and a thug. So you're implying that he's a street pharmacist? Girl, stop. You're annoying me. I don't like when a whole bunch of side conversations happen on a reunion. That really irks me. That's a pet peeve. I don't care what I'm watching. Housewives. It could be anything. If we're at the reunion and there's one person that just will not shut it up, that really annoys me and I cannot focus. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to prove to JJ that you're loyal? You came out here to show out so that he can watch this back and be proud of you. Why are you doing that? Please just hush. So then Selena said that he has a 24-hour roadside business. He used to be a truck driver, but he stopped to do this business. Their wedding is next year, but not every bell will be ringing in attendance. Kiki said again, she don't give a damn. Moving forward. So then we move on to Triple S and her time on the show this season. They start talking about her relationship with her daughter. We see that package and everything that her daughter Dee went through. We see a never before seen clip from the episode, and her son was being very vulnerable, telling Sophia that he forgives her, and they have like this family hug. And as I was watching this, I was just thinking, see, you are the author of confusion, not y'all, Carlos and the production team. Because this is what I wanted to see. The thing is, they're creating this narrative to keep the viewership divided. They want people to be Team Selena and Team Sophia, when really and truly, if we saw things like this and we saw her trying to mend her relationships, people could find a way to humanize her and not just see her as Platt's wife. Like, I don't like that. This is something we should have seen. Y'all showing all this unnecessary mess, but y'all ain't showing stuff that makes sense. Brent, sir, we want to see this. Okay, shout out to you. So now Carlos done seen this whole package, right? He saw all that. And then he makes a joke talking about, we have a new segment here on Belle Collective called Unsolved Mysteries. And we want to know, what's your real name, baby? She said, my name is Sophia Shante. Shante is my middle name. This is ridiculous. Carlos, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. This is not Messy Monday. Okay, stay focused and stop trying to get viral moments. It ain't cute. This is a very serious subject. People are watching. People are in pain. And something that you say can strike a chord. It could help somebody. You never know what people are going through, especially with the holidays and things like that and people being in solitude. The same thing that I explained on my community post on Christmas Day. Certain things are not to be taken lightly, and all that kikiing and laughing, you don't know someone's mental state. We don't have time to be talking about no unsolved mysteries. Like, this is something serious. Then he gonna turn to Selena. So what did you know Sophia as? She said, nobody, a bad stepmama. So then Carlos brings up Marie being in that same spot, wanting to unalive herself. And Marie said, you have to listen to your daughter. You got to be there for her, physically be there for her. So then Triple S said, well, she's not healed. She needs some help. And she said she's seeking help now because how she was raised, they didn't do that. Because, the people be calling you crazy and everything else. They just didn't do it. Carlos wanted to know if she knew that her daughter felt that way. This woman said, no, I thought she was good because, everybody grown. I didn't realize that my daughter still needed me. Ma'am, unless those things have been talked about and worked through, it's still an issue. Okay. We always need our mother's love. Always. So there's always work to do. There are always conversations to be had. You need to stop running up behind Platts. Okay. Stop running up behind JJ so you can focus on your children. And then you would have known. I feel like all that energy for Selena needs to be used elsewhere, like figuring out your relationships. So then Carlos brings up that situation, showing her that she needs to give Selena some grace. She said, well, I feel like we had a conversation and Selena probably still want the smoke. I don't want the smoke. Ma'am, you have been poking at this woman since y'all sat down. How you don't want the smoke? Make it make some sense. Then she says, it's time out for all that. And I feel like Selena was the cause of the divide with me and her daughters. No, ma'am, that's your man. Now, y'all hear me out. I do not doubt that Selena has said things about Sophia Shante Soguchi. Ain't nobody squeaky clean. You can't make me sit up here and believe that she's never, ever, 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 ever said anything about Sophia. I don't believe that. But at the same time, this has JJ written all over it. He is the common denominator. It doesn't make any sense. Carlos then says, well, JJ should have gotten you two to have a conversation. Triple S then reveals that they were never introduced. When she first got with JJ and they got married, she was never introduced to Selena. And she feels like Selena should have cared a little bit more about who was around her girls. And Selena agreed to that. Carlos said, well, how do you feel now having to share the stage with her? She said, I don't care because she's beneath me. Y'all really got to cut that out. Y'all sitting on the same stage. So it's looking equal to me. How is she beneath you? Say what, huh? Oh, okay. Moving forward. Now, I'm glad that Tambra spoke up. Tambra was speaking her speech this reunion, honey. I know that's right, honey. Go on, clock in. I'm glad that Tambra spoke up because Triple S just sitting up that line and contradicting herself, because Tambra even said, she said, girl, you even said this is my platform. She needs to go over there and watch old reruns of Bring It. You said that. So you definitely care that she is on this platform. Then she said, well, I don't mind her sharing the stage because she probably needs the check. Let's make this clear. Y'all need to pick another line to recite. We all need a check. I'm doing this review. Why? Because I need a check. You sitting up there skinning and grinning with Platts. Why? Because you need a check. Carlos is dropping it low and picking it up slow and then moving it over there to them YouTube channels and being frozen on that screen. Why? Because he needs a check. We all need money to survive. So y'all gonna have to find something else. Okay? Like, we all need a check. Selena then said, well, there's no comparison between the two of us. You been bothered. You still bothered. So then Triple S says Selena ain't got nothing. Her shoes cost more than her house. And baby, they going back and forth and back. Carlos wanted to know, how do we get from New Orleans back to square one? Okay, y'all giving very much Brian McKnight. Now I start back at one. Y'all are back at one. Baby, y'all are back at square one. This don't make no damn sense. Selena said, I don't know, because she's been the one firing the shots. So I don't know how we got back here. Carlos then turns to Sophia Shante Soguchi. He says to her, I feel like you were fine with it, but JJ doesn't want that. And he was kind of scolding you because y'all hugged it out. Listen, the thing is, I've been saying this. And she told me, no, yeah, you right. I don't want the smoke. I really do want to work it out. Something is wrong with Sophia because, girl, you came out swinging out the gate. But like I said, JJ is pulling the strings. I don't believe for 1 second that Sophia is as insufferable as she has let on this season. I feel like the lady is a nice lady. I really do. I think that she wants to please him and she doesn't want to upset him. I don't know what kind of wrath he gives, honey. I don't know. But I know that she doesn't want to upset the man. And so she comes out swinging to prove to him that she got his back. Because I think he got a little mean streak in him. Okay? Allegedly. So then Tambra said, I feel like JJ doesn't want the two of you together because then you may actually like each other and you might compare notes. That's exactly what it is. Let's be for real. I've been saying that since last season, honey. He wants to keep a divide. Carlos is telling Triple S, you didn't do anything wrong. You know, you fell in love with a man who tried to keep you separated, and he's still trying to keep you separated to this day. So he's trying to get her to see that JJ is the driving force behind the BS. And he told Triple S, the two of you are not going to have any resolution as long as JJ is in the mix. Now, I don't give Carlos a lot, but that's the truth. And for the 100th time, I will say this again. JJ was fine as long as he was pillow talking and causing division and sometimes triangulation. Then Selena took to her channel and exposed him. And after that fight and after her doing that, Selena became public enemy number one. Because how you go from wanting to dedicate that sorry song that Glendale was rapping to your ex to her being invisible to you? Y'all make that make sense. So you trying to tell me that didn't stem from that YouTube? Okay. Triple S knows good and well that JJ is watching, so she has to do this. She out here showing out to show him that she got his back, because if she chose him over her parenting, she damn sure gonna choose him over making up with Selena. So we can just go and move on, okay, because it's really getting on my nerves. Let's just move on, child. So then we move on to showing the more positive things that happened this season. Carlos then asked Marie, what can we do when it comes to Black mental health? No offense to Dr. Marie Monroe, but baby, we need a mental health professional to broach this subject. Marie can only give you so much. I mean, she said people need to check on their mental health as well as their physical health and check on your strong friends. Baby, I could have told y'all that. We really need someone who can actually speak on this subject. This would have been a perfect opportunity for all the Bells to disappear and somebody who is a mental health professional to come in and speak about this subject with D. This should have been a separate segment with Sophia, her daughter, and a mental health professional. Somebody that would have gotten a message to the masses. So whoever was watching would be able to take that and help themselves. Not Marie. Marie, I love you, girl, but we just gonna have to stick to the methadone clinic. We gotta stick to the methadone clinic, child. I ain't got time. You never know what can push somebody over the edge. I ain't got time to play with y'all. Moving forward. So then we move on to Tambra and her postpartum. And she said that she was on a ventilator after she gave birth. And she felt like nobody checked on her. I said, wow, I didn't even know that. I am so sorry. You know what? Birth can really be a traumatic experience. People just think it's going in there and pushing out a baby and coming out with somebody that's crying. Absolutely not. From the time you get pregnant, your life and their life is in your hands. It's scary. I mean, it's just so many things that can go wrong. You really have to be careful. And then not to mention actually giving birth. The percentage of us that don't make it out is astounding. We really need to do more talking about things like that because a lot of us really don't know. She said that she felt like Tisha didn't reach out to her the same way she did Latrice. She wanted a sit down conversation. She said, Tambra, girl, you barely just unblocked me. Girl, get real. Tambra, now, I know you didn't expect anything from Maria and Letitia. I know you didn't because they don't like you for real. I don't care what they say, but they don't like you for real. Plus, girl, they weren't even invited to your baby shower. So I'm pretty sure they didn't know whatever it is that you were going through. Right now, she says she's better, and that's good. Postpartum depression is tough. That's a tough thing. Now, me personally, I would not want them in my room, but that's just me. So then Carlos switched gears and says that he was bringing out a surprise. And here comes Antoinette. Why are you here, child? Baby, that makeup is too strong for Antoinette. I didn't like that makeup. I didn't like it at all. It gives RuPaul's Drag Race. I didn't like that. She doesn't need too much. She's a pretty girl. I don't feel like she needed all that. But anyway, hey, girl. So Carlos wanted to know, why are you still holding on to this grudge? And what Letitia said, were you flirting with Glenn? Antoinette said, I don't want Glenn. Have you seen him? Here go Carlos. I think he's handsome. She said, I do not. Baby, she don't want Glendale. Antoinette basically said the truth. Even though I don't care for Antoinette, Letitia is a friend to no one. Okay, she's a friend on camera, and then around that kitchen table is something else. Or around that kitchen table, she pretend like y'all all cool when y'all filming, but as soon as that's over, y'all ain't friends. Now, I hope that we can move on from this and her flirting with the husbands or whatever, because we all know that Antoinette likes a Caucasian man. If you watch season 1, then you would know. She would never look at a Glendale, honey. She don't want it. So then Letitia said, well, she's desperate. Antoinette said, girl, I'm who you want to be when you grow up. Down at the Enterprise. Oh, child. So now they going back and forth and back. Letitia said Antoinette needs a check and Mint Dental is no longer there. And I was like, it's not. So baby, y'all know what I do. I hop on the Googler. I hopped on the Googler and yes, it is, girl. it's still there. Now, the holiday hours may vary, and they're not open on New Year's Day. Honey, get your black eyed peas, your greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Don't go down to Mint Dental because they ain't open. So if you got a toothache, get you some oral gel until Tuesday or Wednesday. But Mint Dental is still minting. And that was the end of the episode. So, child, they going back and forth and back. I don't really understand the need to bring Antoinette out. She was out there all of 2 seconds. I'm guessing he really wants Antoinette back on the show. So she put on his ball gown to come out here and get into it with Letitia. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about Reunion Part 1. It really didn't give that much. I feel like we could have waited until after the new year. Okay? We really could have. Y'all comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Oh, and if you have not seen, go and check out the live that we did on last night. We had a really good time. It was an almost 3-hour live and it is on my channel. It's about Akeisha quitting in the middle of Messy Monday. Child, when I tell y'all that is a key to me, no pun intended. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.